A search for the cure.
I'm Tracy Taylor. German biotechnology firm CureVac, backed by Microsoft founder and billionaire Bill Gates, announced last week don't count them out for a possible COVID-19 vaccine. According to Yahoo Finance, the company expects to put its vaccine on the market by mid-2021. CEO Franz Werner Haas said in a statement that the company sees a deeper and broader understanding in the U.S. that the mRNA technology they use has the potential to quickly develop an effective and efficient vaccine. Results from the recently started clinical trials of CureVac's possible vaccine are to be published this fall. This report, sponsored by the Department of Health. Wearing a mask whenever you go out in public helps stop the spread of COVID-19. Thanks for doing your part to keep us all healthy. Mask up to open up Washington. A message from the state of Washington.
Cairo Radio, your first source to know and understand coronavirus.
I tell you what, I really did appreciate talking with Mike Solon, because so many people are running away from here. And I don't blame those people either, because things have gotten so crazy. But the people who have the resolve to say, we're not going to get bullied, we're not going to get beat up, and we're not going to kneel and have people order us how to be, I appreciate that. Because I'm telling you right now, and this is why I do think, I watched the RNC last night. We'll talk about that more coming up later in the show. But, you know, I stopped trying to be cool and trying to say what I thought people in Seattle wanted to hear. Well, I never did. I stopped doing that. I haven't done that for 1 second of my life. So I don't care when I sound corny either. But after a week of just hearing how much Democrats hate America, and all they talked about was how horrible America is, I love the American messages at the RNC, and I like the flag. I like the Pledge of Allegiance, where they leave in under God. I like that they talked about God and Jesus Christ in the convention. That doesn't mean that you have to believe as they do, but it meant that Americans felt free to share their faith. And I liked, instead of hearing from Hollywood celebrities, like the Democratic convention and 17-year-old singers, I liked that we heard from lobstermen in Maine and loggers and people who have built a life by the dint of their labor and have provided for their family. And then right after all of that last night, and Trump's speech was way too long. I agree with that. 70 minutes was way too long. But man, the emotional moments, the widow of that retired St. Louis cop, oh my goodness, I was crying. The parents of the young woman who's trying to do so much work and good in the world, who's kidnapped by ISIS. Again, I just had tears rolling down my cheek. The president's speech was too long. The fireworks show, it's like something out of The Simpsons when they lit up the sky in fireworks with Trump 2020. Now that was cornball. But then right after, all of the attendees there on the South Lawn, they had to get back to where they were going. And it was one of the most disgusting things I've ever seen in my life, as these American citizens, again, these paid protesters, you know, flown in and we have to find out who's paying these protesters to go around the country. But they found a man and woman, I don't know who they were. They looked like they were about 50 years old. And this is what happened, is they were just trying to get to their hotel.
Just came back from the president's RNC speech.
Mr. Ager, how do you feel about the killing of black individuals in the United States? Mr. Ager, how do you feel about the killing of black individuals within the United States? Mr. Ager, how do you feel about the killing of black men in America?
woman. She's a white woman. She's got a complete hood on, covering her face, of course, because they're at heart nothing but cowards. There's a group. They're all holding up their phones right in the face of this, what looked to be a pleasant-looking man and woman just trying to walk down the sidewalk. And this is the future for all of us in America. If, the Jenny Durkin, Dow Constantine, Jay Inslees of the world, if this spreads to the rest of the country, if you don't think the way you are mandated, you're going to need either private security or you're going to need to carry, because this isn't going to slow down. It's not going to get better. It's going to get just worse and worse.
Black children. Mr. Ager, how do you feel about the killing of black individuals in America? Mr. Ager, how do you feel about the killing of black individuals in the United
You're
States?
just relentless, nonstop.
Black individuals in America, put your hands on me again, I'll you up. Put your hands on me again and I'll you up. Hands on me again and I'll you up. What? Hands on me again and I'll you up. What?
Senator Rand Paul was violently assaulted. Cops had to throw their bicycles in front of protesters. They couldn't violently attack Rand Paul. This is Jenny Durkin's creation here in Seattle. Dow Constantine, Jay Inslee, Joe Biden. That's their vision of what they want the entire country to be. It's got to stop. Best 15's next.
Now that the warm weather is here, I'm finally getting back to doing 10,000